This audiobook reveals the ancient manuscript that unlocks the sacred science of manifestation. As you listen, you'll uncover the cosmic laws that transform thought into reality, awakening the infinite power within you. Step through this portal of timeless wisdom and claim your birthright as a conscious creator of your destiny. Metaphysical power. Introduction. In the soft embrace of candlelight, your fingers trace across weathered parchment, discovering symbols that dance with an otherworldly radiance. The manuscript before you holds secrets passed down through countless generations, waiting for one who would understand their true significance. These ancient markings speak of a power that lies dormant within every soul, a force so magnificent it can transform thought into reality. Time seems to stand still as wisdom from the ages flows through these sacred pages. Each symbol pulses with energy, resonating with something deep within your being. This is no ordinary text, but a gateway to understanding the cosmic laws that govern all creation. The universe has guided you to this moment, to these teachings that have remained hidden from those not yet ready to receive them. As you immerse yourself in these timeless truths, you begin to sense the stirring of something profound, an awakening of knowledge that has always existed within you. The words before you are more than mere ink on parchment. They are keys to unlocking the infinite potential that resides in your heart. This manuscript reveals the sacred science of manifestation, a knowledge so powerful that it was once shared only among the most devoted initiates. Now, as the world enters a new age of consciousness, these teachings emerge from shadows of antiquity to guide those who hear the call of their own divine nature. Within these pages lies the path to mastery over your destiny. Each revelation builds upon the last, forming a complete system of spiritual technology that transforms thought into physical reality. The universe itself conspires to bring forth your deepest desires once you understand the eternal principles that govern its operation. You hold in your hands not just ancient wisdom, but a living transmission of power, a bridge between the visible and invisible realms. The time has come to step through this portal and claim your birthright as a conscious creator of your reality. Part 1. The Awakening of Power. Chapter 1. The Universe Speaks in Whispers. In the heart of an ancient forest, a wanderer named Kale found himself hopelessly lost among towering trees that seemed to stretch endlessly in every direction. For days, he trudged through the wilderness, his provisions dwindling, his spirit wavering. Yet in his darkest moment, when exhaustion forced him to rest against an aged oak, something extraordinary occurred. In the quiet of his surrender, he began to notice the subtle whispers of the wind, not as mere sounds, but as a language that spoke directly to his soul. The universe speaks in vibrations that dance through every leaf, every blade of grass, every particle of existence. These gentle pulses carry messages for those who learn to still their minds and open their hearts to receive them. Just as Kale discovered in that moment of perfect silence, the guidance you seek has always surrounded you, waiting to be acknowledged. When you quiet the endless chatter of your thoughts, you begin to sense the delicate threads of universal wisdom weaving through your experience. Each synchronicity, each intuitive nudge, each seemingly random occurrence carries within it a sacred message. The universe never ceases its communication. It is we who must attune ourselves to its frequency. There lived a sailor named Marcus, who faced a terrible storm at sea. The clouds had blotted out every familiar landmark, and his instruments had failed in the tempest. In what appeared to be certain doom, Marcus remembered the ancient ways of his ancestors. Closing his eyes amid the chaos, he felt for the subtle pull of the stars, a knowledge that lived in his bones. Through this silent communion with celestial forces, he guided his vessel safely to shore, discovering that the brightest light often shines through in moments of deepest darkness. Like Cale in the forest and Marcus on the stormy seas, you too are surrounded by divine guidance in every moment. The subtle signals that lead you toward your destiny may appear as a recurring thought, an unexpected feeling, or a moment of inexplicable knowing. These are not coincidences, but the universe's way of illuminating your path. To embrace this wisdom, find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Sit comfortably and allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. As your awareness expands, feel the gentle vibrations that pulse through your body, the beating of your heart, the flow of your breath, the subtle energy that connects you to all of existence. Without seeking to change anything, simply observe the delicate messages that arise in the silence. Some may come as feelings, others as images or knowing. Trust that in this sacred stillness, you are tuning into the very frequency of the universe itself, receiving the guidance that has always been present, waiting for you to listen. Chapter 2. The Hidden Laws of Creation. In the ancient city of Heliopolis lived a sculptor named Thaddeus, who possessed knowledge passed down through generations of master craftsmen. Each dawn, before touching chisel to stone, he would trace sacred geometric patterns in the sand, understanding that these divine proportions were the very language of creation itself. As he worked, Thaddeus didn't merely carve the stone. He awakened the form sleeping within it, using measurements that echoed the universe's own rhythms. The laws that guided Thaddeus's hand are the same ones that orchestrate the dance of planets and the growth of flowers. These universal principles operate with unwavering consistency, shaping all of creation through vibration and mathematical harmony. Just as a musical note resonates at a specific frequency, every thought, emotion, and intention carries its own vibrational signature. When you align your creative energy with these universal laws, you tap into the same force that brings forth galaxies and transforms seeds into mighty trees. This alignment isn't about forcing or struggling, it's about flowing with the natural currents of creation, understanding that like attracts like and energy follows attention. In a distant valley, a farmer named Ibrahim discovered that his crops flourished beyond measure when he planted in harmony with lunar phases. While others questioned his methods, Ibrahim recognized that the same forces that pulled the tides also influenced the movement of water within seeds and soil. By observing these natural cycles and aligning his actions with them, he created abundance with seemingly effortless grace. These stories mirror the power that awakens in your own life when you align with universal laws. Just as Thaddeus understood that sacred proportions would bring his sculptures to life, and Ibrahim knew that working with natural cycles would multiply his harvest, you too can amplify your creative force by harmonizing with these timeless principles. Choose now an aspect of your life where you wish to manifest change. Sit in quietude and feel the vibration of your desire. Notice how your energy shifts as you focus on this intention, like Thaddeus measuring his proportions with precision, or Ibrahim timing his planting with the moon's phases. Begin to consciously align your thoughts and actions with the outcome you wish to create. Remember that the universe responds not to what you want, but to the vibration you maintain. The energy you emanate in each moment shapes the reality that unfolds before you. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions align in perfect harmony with your deepest desires, you become a powerful conduit for manifestation. Let this practice become your daily ritual of alignment with the creative force that flows through all things, a sacred communion with the infinite intelligence that orchestrates the dance of creation. Chapter 3. The Power You Were Never Told About. In the mist-shrouded mountains of the east, an apprentice named Kai spent his days sweeping the floors of an ancient temple. While cleaning a forgotten chamber one morning, his broom struck something beneath centuries of dust. As he brushed away the years, a small crystal emerged, pulsing with an inner light that seemed to respond to his touch. The crystal you now hold in your consciousness is much like the one Kai discovered. Within you dwells a force of infinite potential, waiting to be recognized and awakened. This power has always been there, as natural as breathing, yet as overlooked as the air itself. The ancient ones knew of this force and encoded its secrets in symbols and stories, preserving the wisdom until those ready to receive it would emerge. Just as Kai's discovery transformed his understanding of reality, you stand at the threshold of awakening to your true nature. The power to shape your destiny isn't found in external circumstances or others' approval. It resides in the eternal spark of creation within you. High in the mountains of Tibet, a rare golden bird lived in an ornate cage, admired by all who passed. Though fed the finest seeds and praised for its beautiful songs, something stirred in its heart. A remembrance of wings spread wide in limitless skies. One dawn, the bird noticed the cage door had always been unlocked. With a single beat of its wings, it soared into the vast expanse, its true nature unleashed at last. Like this golden bird, you have resided in a cage of limiting beliefs, perhaps so comfortable that you forgot it was ever a cage at all. Yet the door has always been unlocked. The boundaries that seem to contain your potential are illusions constructed by thoughts that were never truly yours. The time has come to reclaim your innate power. Take up your quill and inscribe these words of power, letting each one resonate through your being. I am the creator of my reality. My potential is limitless. I choose to embrace my power now. Feel how each declaration awakens something ancient and powerful within you. Let these affirmations become the key that unlocks the cage, setting free the infinite potential that has always been your birthright. This practice of power is not about forcing change through will alone, but about remembering who you truly are. As you write these words each day, feel them dissolve the illusions that have kept you bound. Like Kai's crystal awakening to his touch, your inner power responds to your recognition of it. Like the golden bird spreading its wings, your spirit remembers its true nature. Each declaration creates ripples through the fabric of your consciousness, awakening dormant abilities that have always resided within. Feel how the very act of claiming your power sends waves of recognition through your being, as though every cell remembers a truth it had momentarily forgotten. This is not the acquisition of something new, but the remembrance of something eternal, a homecoming to your authentic self. Chapter 4. The Alchemy of Thought. In a hidden chamber beneath an ancient city, the alchemist Marcus toiled by candlelight. Before him lay various metals, copper, lead, and iron, each waiting to be transformed. But Marcus knew the true transformation began not with the metals but with his thoughts. Night after night he held the vision of pure gold in his mind, seeing each metal's essence shift and change, until at last the physical world aligned with his unwavering mental image. Your thoughts possess this same transformative power. Like the alchemist's focused vision, Your mind shapes the raw material of possibility into tangible reality. Every circumstance in your life began as a thought, a seed planted in the fertile soil of consciousness. The universe responds not to what you wish for, but to what you hold steadfast in your mind's eye. Just as the alchemist must maintain absolute clarity in his vision, you must cultivate precision in your thoughts. Vague desires produce vague results. The universe mirrors back exactly what you project through your consistent thinking. In a distant valley there lived a gardener named Ibrahim who understood this truth. Each spring, as he planted his seeds, he would sit in his garden at dawn. There he would picture each seed's journey, the first tender shoot breaking through soil, the sturdy stem reaching skyward, the abundant fruits that would come. He never doubted, never wondered if the plants would grow. His mind held only the image of the flourishing garden he knew would manifest. Ibrahim's garden always yielded the most bountiful harvest in the valley. Those who passed by would marvel at his success, not realizing they witnessed the power of focused thought made manifest. The seeds responded to his unwavering mental picture just as surely as they responded to water and sunlight. Your mind is like Ibrahim's garden. Each thought you plant will grow according to its nature. When you scatter thoughts of doubt, uncertainty sprouts. When you cultivate thoughts of abundance, prosperity blooms. The law is absolute in its simplicity. Your outer world will invariably reflect your inner vision. To harness this power, you must become as deliberate in your thinking as Marcus was in his alchemy, as focused as Ibrahim was in his gardening. Choose your thoughts with the same care you would choose seeds for planting, knowing each one contains the blueprint of its own fulfillment. Now craft a mantra that embodies your deepest aspiration. Let it be clear, specific, and stated in the present tense. Speak it at sunrise and sunset, feeling its truth in every cell of your being. Just as the alchemist's vision transformed metal into gold, your focused thought will reshape your reality. Just as the gardener's clear intent yielded an abundant harvest, your concentrated mind will manifest your desires. Chapter 5. The Forbidden Doorway to Infinite Potential. In the heart of an ancient temple, Rama discovered a peculiar marking on a weathered wall. As he traced the intricate patterns with his fingers, a hidden door materialized before his eyes. Beyond lay chambers filled with jewels, gold, and sacred scrolls, treasures beyond imagination. Yet the true revelation came when he realized these riches had always been there, waiting. Only his perception had changed, allowing him to see what was previously invisible. You too stand before such a door right now. The infinite abundance of the universe surrounds you, waiting to be recognized. What appears as limitation is merely the veil of belief, a construct of thought that can be transformed through the power of perception. When you declare, "I cannot," you forge chains of limitation. When you whisper, "It's impossible," you build walls around your potential. These beliefs are not truth. They are stories you have accepted as reality. Like Rama, you need only shift your perception to discover the treasures that have always existed within your reach. In a distant mountain village lived Kai, a sculptor renowned for his ability to create breathtaking works of art from raw stone. When asked about his gift, he would smile and say, "I do not create the statue. I simply remove everything that is not the statue." Where others saw an imposing block of marble, Kai perceived the finished masterpiece waiting to be unveiled. Your challenges are like Kai's uncarved stone. What appears as an obstacle contains within it the seeds of opportunity. What seems like a barrier holds the blueprint of breakthrough. The universe presents you with exactly what you need for your expansion, disguised as the very things you might wish to avoid. Your current circumstances are not your prison. They are your raw material. Just as Kai saw beauty waiting to be revealed, you can train your eyes to recognize possibility within every situation. The door to your desires stands before you, requiring only that you believe in its existence. Take a moment now to identify a belief that has limited your expansion. Write it down, feeling its weight and recognizing how it has shaped your experience. Now, like Kai approaching his marble, see beyond its surface. Transform this belief into a statement of power and possibility. Let this new declaration become the key that opens your door to infinite potential. The ancient practice. Sit in silence with your limiting belief written before you. Draw a line through it, and beneath, write its opposite, a statement of unlimited possibility. Speak this new truth aloud 3 times, feeling its resonance in your body. Place this declaration where you will see it daily, allowing it to reshape your perception until, like Rama, you discover the treasures that have always surrounded you. Chapter 6. Awakening the Visionary Within. In a timeless realm there lived an artist named Amara whose brushstrokes held mysterious power. Each night, as moonlight filtered through her studio windows, the scenes she painted would stir with life. Trees would sway in invisible winds, waters would ripple with ethereal movement, and figures would step from their painted worlds into reality. Those who witnessed this marvel spoke of how Amara would first sit in silence, eyes closed, holding each image in her mind with perfect clarity before touching brush to canvas. The power you seek lies in this same sacred practice of vision. Just as Amara brought her imaginings into physical form, you possess the ability to transform thought into tangible reality. This is not mere fantasy. It is the fundamental process through which all creation manifests. Your mind is the canvas upon which you paint your future. Each thought, each imagined scene, creates ripples in the fabric of existence. When you hold an image with unwavering focus, infusing it with the vitality of your belief, you set in motion the forces of manifestation. Like the artist's brush, your concentrated thought strokes reality into being. In the mountains of the East lived Marcus, a master builder known for crafting homes of exceptional beauty. Before touching a single stone, he would spend days in meditation, constructing every detail of the house within his mind. He saw each beam, every window, the play of light across the floors. Only when the vision was complete in his imagination would he begin the physical work. Those who dwelled in his creations said they felt as though they stepped into a dream made real. Your desires await this same careful architecture. When you rush toward manifestation, without first building the clear vision, you create with uncertain hands. But when you take time to craft each detail in your mind's eye, your actions flow with precision and purpose. The universe responds not to vague wishes, but to crystalline visions. Like Marcus preparing his mental blueprint, you must see your desired reality with such clarity that you could walk through it in your mind, feel its textures, hear its sounds, breathe in its essence. This is not idle daydreaming. It is the sacred act of creation. The ancient practice. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply until your mind grows still. Now, bring forth your cherished goal. See yourself having already achieved it. Notice every detail, the colors, the sounds, the sensations in your body. What are you wearing? Who stands beside you? What emotions flow through you? Make this vision so real that your heart beats faster with its truth. Hold the scene in your mind for several minutes, allowing it to imprint itself upon your consciousness. Return to this practice daily, adding new details each time, until your vision becomes as real to you as the ground beneath your feet. Chapter 7. The Ancient Scroll of Emotions. In the ruins of an ancient library, a traveler named Ibrahim discovered a weathered scroll sealed with golden thread. As he carefully unraveled its contents, the wisdom within spoke of a forgotten truth, the sacred language of emotion that bridges worlds and manifests desires. Your emotions are not mere responses to life. They are the very force that shapes it. Within your heart lies a power greater than any physical tool, a magnetic force that draws experiences into your reality. When you align your emotional state with your desires, you create an irresistible current in the universal flow. Just as water seeks its own level, your emotional vibration attracts circumstances of matching frequency. Joy calls to joy, peace summons peace, and love magnetizes love. This is not philosophy, it is natural law, as constant as gravity itself. In a distant valley lived Sophia, whose music touched souls in ways words never could. Her melodies carried no lyrics, yet those who listened found their hearts transformed. The wealthy wept with compassion, the bitter tasted sweetness again, and the lost remembered their way home. When asked about her gift, Sophia would smile and say, "I simply feel the emotion I wish to share and let it flow through my instrument." Like Sophia's music, your emotions broadcast a silent symphony into the universe. Each feeling sends ripples through the fabric of creation, attracting experiences that mirror its essence. When you cultivate emotions that match your desires, you create a harmonic resonance that accelerates manifestation. Your task is not to suppress negative emotions, but to consciously choose which feelings to amplify. Just as a musician selects notes to create harmony, you can select emotional states that align with your vision. Choose one desire close to your heart. What emotion would you feel upon its achievement? Perhaps it is joy, freedom, peace, or gratitude. Each morning, before rising from your bed, invoke this emotion within yourself. Feel it in every cell of your body. Let it fill your chest, brighten your face, and lighten your step. Carry this feeling with you throughout the day, returning to it whenever you think of your desire. This emotional alignment becomes your offering to the universe, a magnetic force drawing your vision into reality. Chapter 8. The Mirror of Life. In the heart of an ancient temple, beneath layers of forgotten wisdom, there existed a mirror unlike any other. Those who gazed into its depths saw not their physical form, but the truth of their inner being. A merchant named Hassan approached this mystic glass, expecting to see his wealthy attire reflected back. Instead, he witnessed the chains of fear that bound his spirit, the walls of doubt he had built around his heart, and the seeds of generosity waiting to bloom within his soul. The world around you operates as this mystic mirror, reflecting back the essence of your inner state. Every circumstance, every relationship, every experience manifests as an echo of your deepest beliefs and emotions. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, creates a living portrait of your internal landscape. When you encounter abundance, it mirrors your belief in plenty. When you experience lack, it reflects your fear of scarcity. Your relationships reveal your self-worth. Your work reflects your sense of purpose, and your health manifests your inner harmony or discord. Along the ancient Silk Road traveled Malik, who noticed that each town treated him differently. In one village, People greeted him with suspicion, in another with warmth, in a third with indifference. Frustrated by these varying reactions, he sought counsel from a wise woman who lived in the mountains. She taught him to observe his own bearing before entering each new place. When he approached with fear, he met fear. When he walked with openness, he encountered kindness. When he carried peace within, he found tranquility without. Your reality transforms as you transform within. Like Malik, you hold the power to alter your reflection by shifting your inner stance. The mirror never lies. It simply shows what is. Take your journal and find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Write down 3 patterns you notice recurring in your life. Perhaps you repeatedly encounter similar challenges in relationships, work, or personal growth. For each pattern, close your eyes and journey inward. What beliefs or emotions might be creating this reflection? Record your insights without judgment, treating each revelation as a gift of self-knowledge. This practice unveils the invisible threads connecting your inner and outer worlds, empowering you to consciously reshape your reflection. Chapter 9. Tapping into the sacred flow of the universe. In the heart of an ancient temple lived a dancer named Amara, who moved as if the stars themselves guided her steps. Each morning, she would rise before dawn and enter the temple's inner sanctum, where the first rays of sunlight painted sacred geometries on weathered stone. Here, she discovered that when she released all thought, her body naturally aligned with an unseen rhythm, the very pulse of creation itself. You possess this same innate ability to move in harmony with universal forces. Just as a leaf doesn't resist the wind that carries it, your path unfolds with grace when you align with the cosmic dance. The universe operates in perfect rhythm, and your role is not to force or control, but to attune yourself to its flow. When you resist this natural current, you create friction and struggle. But when you surrender to the greater wisdom that guides all things, doors open effortlessly, opportunities arise spontaneously, and synchronicities become your constant companions. Far along the coast lived Ibrahim, a fisherman who had struggled for years to fill his nets. Each day he fought against the tides, exhausting himself in pursuit of his catch. One night in a dream, the sea herself spoke to him. "Why do you battle what wishes to support you?" From that day forward, Ibrahim studied the rhythms of the water. He learned to read the currents, to feel the pull of the moon, to sense when the fish would run. His nets filled abundantly, not through force, but through harmony with nature's way. These ancient tales mirror your own journey, for in them lies the eternal wisdom that speaks to every seeker's heart. When you cease struggling against life's current, and instead learn to flow with it, manifestation becomes effortless, as natural as a leaf carried downstream. The universe's rhythm pulses through every aspect of your existence, waiting for you to join its dance. Like Ibrahim, you too can learn to read the subtle signs and synchronicities that guide your path. The same force that moves the tides moves through you, orchestrating a perfect symphony of creation when you surrender to its divine timing. Find a quiet space and settle into a comfortable position. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the rhythm of your breath. This is your first connection to universal flow. Imagine cosmic energy moving through you like a gentle stream. Don't direct it, simply observe its natural movement. As thoughts arise, let them pass like clouds, maintaining your awareness of the eternal rhythm. When you feel fully aligned with this flow, ask yourself, what inspired action does the universe invite me to take? Trust the guidance that emerges. Chapter 10. The Sage and the Mystical Gateway. In the mountains of the east, where ancient wisdom whispers through towering peaks, lived Master Chen, keeper of sacred knowledge passed down through countless generations. One morning he led his most dedicated student, Lin, through mist-shrouded paths to a weathered archway carved into living rock. The stone bore markings that seemed to shift and change as Lin gazed upon them. You stand now where Lin once stood, at the threshold of profound transformation. The gateway before you represents the eternal doorway between the physical and metaphysical realms, a passage that exists not in stone but in consciousness itself. To access the deeper realms of spiritual power, you must first understand that alignment is not merely a practice, but a state of being. Just as a key must match its lock precisely, your energy must resonate with the frequency of that which you seek to manifest. This alignment occurs not through force or will, but through the gentle art of surrender to your highest truth. The physical world you perceive is but a shadow of the vast metaphysical reality that lies beyond ordinary sight. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with universal truth, you naturally step through the gateway into this expanded realm of possibility. In a distant land, a traveler named Karim sought entrance to the Temple of Inner Light. Before its golden gate stood a guardian who spoke these words: "Answer this. What opens the door that has no lock and lights the path that casts no shadow?" For days, Karim meditated upon the riddle, until understanding dawned. The answer lay not in clever words, but in the state of his own consciousness. Like Karim, you face this same sacred challenge. The door to higher consciousness opens not through intellectual understanding alone, but through the alignment of your entire being with universal truth. The riddle serves as a mirror reflecting back your own level of spiritual awareness. To deepen your alignment with these metaphysical forces, create a sacred space of stillness. In this quiet sanctuary, reflect upon an area of your life that calls for deeper spiritual connection. Ask yourself, where am I resisting the natural flow of universal wisdom? What aspect of my being seeks greater alignment with truth? Write your insights in a journal, allowing the words to flow from a place of inner knowing rather than analytical thought. Let your hand move across the page without judgment or hesitation, trusting that universal wisdom speaks through you in these moments of sacred connection. Then, each morning for 7 days, sit in meditation with these revelations, feeling yourself align more fully with your highest potential. As you breathe deeply in these dawn hours, envision the truth of your writings taking root in your consciousness, transforming from mere words into living wisdom that guides your every step. This ancient practice of contemplation and integration will gradually unveil deeper layers of understanding within your being. Part 2. The Deepening of Mastery. Chapter 11. The Language of Resonance. In the heart of an ancient forest dwelt Maya, a humble flute player whose melodies carried on the wind like whispers from another realm. Each dawn she would sit beneath a towering oak and play her simple reed flute. As her music filled the air, creatures emerged from their hiding places. Deer stepped softly from the shadows, birds alighted on nearby branches, and even the shy fox would draw near to listen. The forest itself seemed to breathe in harmony with her songs. The universe speaks in the language of resonance. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions vibrate in perfect harmony, you create a signal that ripples through the fabric of existence. Like Maya's flute calling to the forest creatures, your aligned being broadcasts a clear message to the universal forces that shape reality. Think of your consciousness as an instrument that must be precisely tuned. Your thoughts are the strings, your emotions the resonating chamber, and your actions the bow that draws forth the music. When these elements work in concert, you create a pure tone that the universe cannot help but answer. Many seek to manifest their desires through scattered thoughts and misaligned actions, producing a discordant noise that disperses into chaos. But true manifestation requires the same precision as a master musician tuning their instrument. In a distant valley lived Marcus, a renowned craftsman of string instruments. His violins were sought after by the greatest musicians of the land, for they possessed a quality of tone unmatched by any other. Marcus's secret lay not in the wood he chose or the varnish he applied, but in his understanding of perfect pitch. He would spend hours adjusting each string, testing and refining until the instrument sang with crystalline clarity. Like Marcus with his violins, you must tune the instrument of your being. When your thoughts resonate with your true desires, when your emotions vibrate with genuine feeling, and when your actions flow from this aligned state, you create a harmony that the universe recognizes and responds to. This ancient wisdom reveals itself in your daily experience. Notice how life responds differently when your thoughts, feelings, and actions align versus when they conflict. The universe mirrors back the quality of your inner harmony. To harness this principle, craft an affirmation that encompasses your deepest desire. Speak it aloud each morning as the sun rises, allowing your voice to carry the full resonance of your emotion. Feel the truth of these words vibrating through your entire being. Then, throughout the day, let your actions flow naturally from this state of alignment. This practice, handed down through generations of wisdom keepers, creates a clear channel through which universal forces can flow. Chapter 12. The Sacred Science of Manifestation. In the hallowed halls of an ancient library, there lived a scholar named Thaddeus, who spent his days studying mysterious manuscripts filled with intricate patterns and sacred symbols. While others saw mere decorative markings, Thaddeus recognized these symbols as keys to understanding the marriage between spiritual and physical laws. Through years of patient observation, he discovered that each symbol contained both ethereal wisdom and practical instruction, much like a seed contains both the mystery of life and the precise pattern of its growth. As he aligned these ancient teachings with his daily practices, his life transformed in ways that seemed miraculous to others, yet followed the natural order he had come to understand. The universe operates through the perfect interweaving of spiritual and physical laws. Your thoughts, like invisible architects, design the blueprint of your reality. Yet this blueprint requires the foundation of aligned action to manifest in the physical world. When you understand this dance between energy and matter, between intention and action, you unlock the true science of manifestation. In the foothills of distant mountains lived Arya, a gardener whose harvests were abundant beyond measure. While other gardeners planted by the calendar alone, Arya combined her knowledge of soil and seasons with her intuitive connection to the land. She would hold each seed in meditation before planting, sensing the perfect moment when universal energy aligned with earthly conditions. Then, with practiced hands, she would prepare the soil with precise care, knowing that both spiritual attunement and physical preparation were essential for growth. Like Arya tending her garden, you must learn to balance the mystical and practical aspects of creation. Your spiritual alignment creates the optimal conditions for manifestation, while your physical actions provide the vessel through which universal energy can flow. Neither element alone is sufficient. It is their harmonious integration that yields the most powerful results. To embody this wisdom, choose one significant goal that calls to your spirit. In the silence of meditation, connect with the energy of this desire until you feel its resonance in your being. Then, with this alignment maintained, identify one concrete step you can take toward its realization. This step should feel both practical and inspired, grounded in physical reality while maintaining its connection to spiritual truth. Write this action step in your own hand, and beneath it, inscribe a symbol that represents the fusion of spiritual and physical forces in your life. This symbol might be as simple as a circle intersecting a square or as complex as an image that appears in your mind's eye. Let this become your personal seal of integrated manifestation. Each morning, touch this symbol and feel both the spiritual energy of your intention and the practical power of your chosen action. Then, move forward with the confidence that comes from knowing you are working in harmony with both seen and unseen forces. Chapter 13, Breaking the Chains of Limitation. In a village forgotten by time lived Marcus, a blacksmith whose masterful hands shaped metal into tools of extraordinary beauty and strength. Each day he forged implements that set others free to build, create, and prosper. Yet Marcus himself remained bound by invisible chains, beliefs that whispered of his limitations and unworthiness. One evening, as shadows danced across his workshop walls, Marcus gazed upon his finest tools. In a moment of clarity, he realized that the same fire that transformed raw metal could melt away the bonds of his own making. With trembling hands, he lifted his favorite hammer, not to strike metal, but to strike at the very thoughts that had imprisoned him. The power to break free from limitation resides within you, just as it did within Marcus. Your thoughts, like chains forged in the furnace of fear, may seem unbreakable. Yet these bonds are as illusory as shadows cast by a setting sun. The tools of transformation already rest in your hands. In the depths of an ancient fortress, there lived a prisoner named Elena, who spent countless nights staring at the stone walls of her cell. Though guards patrolled the corridors, her true captors were the beliefs she carried within. One night, as moonlight filtered through her window, she discovered a small key hanging around her neck, one that had been there all along. The key that seemed too simple to unlock such heavy doors proved to be exactly what she needed for her liberation. Like Elena, you may search outside yourself for freedom, unaware that the key to your liberation hangs silently within your own heart. The walls that appear most solid are often constructed entirely of thoughts that can dissolve in the light of awareness. Your doubts and fears, no matter how real they may seem, are merely stories you've accepted as truth. Each limitation you perceive is like a lock waiting for the key of understanding to release it. When you recognize that these barriers exist only in thought, they begin to dissolve like morning mist in the warmth of the sun. Take now a moment to sit in silence with paper before you. Write down one belief that has held you captive, a thought that has whispered you cannot, or you are not worthy. Look at these words and recognize them not as truth, but as links in a chain you've forged yourself. Now, beneath these words, write a new truth, one that reflects your infinite potential and inherent power. Let this new declaration stand as your key to freedom. Speak this new truth aloud each day, feeling its resonance dissolve the old barriers. Watch as the walls of limitation crumble, revealing the boundless horizon that has always awaited you. Chapter 14, The Cosmic Energy Web. In a remote mountain village lived Amara, a weaver whose loom seemed touched by magic. Her fingers danced across threads of silk and wool, creating tapestries that captured not just images, but the very essence of distant lands. Those who gazed upon her work spoke of feeling transported to far-off shores and ancient forests they had never visited. As Amara wove, she discovered that each thread she placed affected the entire pattern in ways she could not predict. A golden strand pulled here would cause ripples of change throughout the fabric, creating unexpected beauty in distant corners of her work. Through her craft, she learned that nothing existed in isolation. Each element was bound to all others in an intricate dance of creation. You, like Amara, are weaving your own reality into the grand tapestry of existence. Every thought you release, every emotion you express, sends ripples through the fabric of creation. These vibrations touch lives you may never see, creating patterns beyond your immediate vision. On the shores of a quiet bay lived Jin, a fisherman who cast his nets with practiced grace. Each morning, he would find not only fish in his nets, but curious treasures, messages in bottles from distant shores, ancient coins from forgotten kingdoms, and gleaming shells that seemed to whisper secrets of the deep. Jin came to understand that the ocean's currents connected all things, bringing unexpected gifts to those who remained open to receiving them. The universe operates much like Jin's fishing net, gathering and connecting elements that appear separate on the surface. Your desires, when cast into the cosmic ocean, become part of this vast network of energy and intention. The manifestation of your dreams often arrives through channels you never anticipated, carried on currents of connection you could not see. Every thought you hold resonates through this invisible web, attracting corresponding energies and circumstances. When you understand this truth, you recognize that no intention exists in isolation. Your dreams and desires weave themselves into the greater pattern of universal creation, gaining strength from countless unseen connections. Like ripples in a cosmic ocean, each thought radiates outward, touching distant shores you cannot yet perceive. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, orchestrates connections beyond your conscious awareness, drawing together the perfect circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with your deepest intentions. This is why maintaining pure and focused thoughts becomes essential. They are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of infinite possibility. Close your eyes now and envision your deepest desire as a gleaming thread of light. See it extending outward, connecting with other threads of similar vibration. Watch as these connections multiply, forming a radiant web that spans the cosmos. Feel how your intention grows stronger with each new connection, drawing to itself all that is needed for its manifestation. Let this vision remind you that you are never alone in your creation. The entire universe conspires to support the fulfillment of your aligned desires. Chapter 15. The Art of Receiving Without Resistance. In the heart of an ancient valley stood a mighty dam, its weathered stones holding back the rushing waters of the river of life. For generations, the river's flow had been constrained, its natural rhythm disrupted by human intervention. Yet one day, as time wore away the last stubborn stones, the dam began to crumble. With each piece that fell away, the river's song grew stronger, its waters dancing with newfound freedom. The river, now unbound, nourished the entire valley, bringing life and abundance where once there was only scarcity. When you resist life's natural flow, you become like that dam, blocking the very abundance seeking to reach you. The universe moves in perfect rhythm, carrying with it all you require for your highest good. Your role is not to force or control, but to align with this divine current. The law of receiving operates through surrender and trust. Just as a river cannot be forced to flow uphill, abundance cannot be coerced into manifestation. It must be allowed to move through you, welcomed with open arms and an expectant heart. In a small village lived Maya, a child whose joy in receiving touched all who witnessed it. On her birthday, she was given a simple wooden box. While others might have rushed to open it or dismissed its humble appearance, Maya held it with reverence. She traced its edges with gentle fingers, expressed gratitude for its craftsmanship, and opened it with such pure delight that the simple gift seemed to transform into treasure before everyone's eyes. Maya's approach reveals a fundamental truth. The art of receiving lies not in the gift itself, but in the spirit with which it is accepted. When you approach life with such openness and appreciation, you create space for miracles to unfold. Your gratitude becomes a magnetic force, attracting more reasons to be thankful. The universe responds not to demand, but to receptivity. Like a vessel can only be filled when empty, your life can only be filled with new blessings when you release resistance and create space to receive. This doesn't mean passive waiting, but active allowing, maintaining an inner state of readiness while trusting in divine timing. As you conclude this teaching, find a quiet moment to practice the ancient art of grateful receiving. Close your eyes and bring to mind 3 blessings already present in your life. For each one, allow yourself to feel the same pure joy Maya felt with her gift. Then, express gratitude for something you desire as if it has already manifested. Let this feeling of appreciation fill your entire being, creating a channel through which new blessings can flow freely into your life. Chapter 16. The Veil of Illusion. In the bustling markets of an ancient city, a merchant named Karim spent his days searching for treasures. One evening, as the sun cast long shadows across the marketplace, he spotted what appeared to be a magnificent chest filled with gold. Rushing toward it with excitement, he discovered only empty crates casting deceptive shadows in the fading light. His desire had transformed simple shadows into illusory riches. The ego weaves such illusions in your life, casting shadows that masquerade as genuine desires. These mirages often lead you away from your authentic path, creating wants born not from your soul's wisdom, but from fear, comparison, or the need for validation. True manifestation flows from desires aligned with your soul's purpose. When you pursue goals shaped by ego, seeking status, validation, or superiority, you chase shadows that dissolve upon reaching them. The ego whispers of lack, urging you to fill imagined voids with external achievements, yet lasting fulfillment emerges only from desires that resonate with your innermost truth. High in the mountains lived Amara, who sought to cross a valley shrouded in mist. While others lost their way in the fog, chasing false paths and phantom landmarks, Amara sat in stillness until her vision cleared. As the mist thinned, she saw not just the path ahead, but the illusions that had led others astray. With unwavering clarity, she crossed the valley, guided by inner knowing rather than external appearances. This tale mirrors your journey of manifestation, illuminating the eternal dance between illusion and truth. When you quiet the ego's persistent voice, letting its demands fade like morning mist, genuine wisdom emerges from within, clear, pure, and unmistakable. Like Amara, you must learn to distinguish between the fog of ego-driven desires and the clear path of soul-aligned intentions. The ego leads many seekers astray, urging them to chase mirages of success that vanish upon reaching. Yet when you cultivate the art of inner stillness, as the sages have taught through the ages, the authentic path reveals itself with crystal clarity, showing you not just where to go, but who you truly are. Your practice now calls you to this deeper discernment. Take your journal and create 2 columns. In one, write desires that arise from comparison, fear, or the need to prove your worth. In the other, Record aspirations that resonate with your soul's quiet wisdom, those that bring peace rather than restlessness, fulfillment rather than temporary satisfaction. Sit with each desire, feeling its origin in your body. Does it create tension or expansion? Does it arise from lack or wholeness? Through this practice, you begin to see beyond the ego's shadows to the authentic treasures awaiting your recognition. Chapter 17. Embracing your shadow to find your light. In a kingdom of old, there lived a knight named Roland who excelled in combat, yet feared the darkness within himself. Each evening, as shadows lengthened across castle walls, he noticed his own shadow growing, stretching before him like a mysterious companion. While others rushed to light torches, banishing darkness, Roland began to watch his shadow with curiosity. One day, rather than turning away, he acknowledged this dark reflection. To his amazement, his shadow moved with grace, revealing strengths he had never recognized. In embracing what he once feared, Roland discovered that his shadow held wisdom, showing him aspects of himself he had long denied. Within you dwells this same transformative power, the ability to turn toward what you fear rather than away from it. The shadow self carries not just your fears and doubts, but also untapped potential and hidden strengths. In the ancient wisdom traditions, masters taught that true power emerges not from denying darkness, but from integrating it fully into your being. In the depths of a vast mountain range, a traveler named Maya found herself lost in a lightless cave. Instead of succumbing to terror, she lit a small lamp. As its glow filled the space, she saw that the very darkness she feared held magnificent crystals, their faces reflecting and amplifying her tiny flame until the entire cave sparkled with unexpected beauty. Like Maya's lamp in the cave, your consciousness illuminates the hidden treasures within your shadow self. What you resist persists, but what you embrace transforms. Your fears, when faced with courage and compassion, reveal themselves as dormant strengths waiting to be awakened. These tales speak to the eternal truth that manifestation flows most powerfully when you stand whole, neither hiding from nor fighting against any aspect of yourself. The shadow, once befriended, becomes an ally in creation, offering deeper understanding and untapped resources for manifesting your desires. Like a master artist who must know both light and darkness to create depth in their work, you must embrace all aspects of your being to paint the masterpiece of your life. When you make peace with your shadows, you unlock reservoirs of creative energy that have laid dormant, waiting for your acceptance to be transformed into the very power that manifests your deepest aspirations. Sit now in quiet contemplation. Bring to mind one fear or limiting belief that you typically avoid. Rather than pushing it away, approach it with gentle curiosity. Write down this fear, then explore through writing. How might this very aspect of yourself, once embraced, serve as a source of strength? What wisdom might it hold? What power might it offer when fully integrated rather than rejected? Chapter 18. Sacred Rituals for Everyday Power. In the ancient valleys of a distant land, the Auroran tribe lived in perfect harmony with the rhythms of nature. Each morning, before the first ray of sunlight touched the earth, they gathered in sacred circles, their bare feet pressed against the cool ground. As dawn approached, they moved in synchronized patterns, their bodies flowing like water, their breaths aligned with the awakening world. Through this daily communion, they manifested abundance for their people, their crops flourishing and their spirits soaring. You possess within you this same capacity to create sacred rhythms that align you with universal forces. The daily practices you establish become the foundation upon which manifestation builds, like water slowly carving channels through stone. These patterns you create serve as bridges between the metaphysical and physical realms, allowing energy to flow freely between worlds. High in the mountains of Tibet, a monk named Chen discovered that enlightenment resided not in grand gestures, but in the quiet dedication to simple tasks. Each day, he tended his garden, swept the temple steps, and meditated as the sun rose. Others sought dramatic revelations, but Chen found that true power emerged through the consistent practice of mindful actions. After many years, his presence alone could bring peace to troubled hearts, his very being radiating the accumulated power of his daily devotion. The universe responds not to sporadic bursts of intention, but to the steady pulse of devoted practice. Like a musician who must practice scales before creating symphonies, you build your manifestation power through consistent, focused action. Each small ritual you perform with awareness becomes a note in the grand composition of your desires. These tales illuminate the truth that manifestation flourishes in the soil of routine. Your daily practices are not mundane tasks, but sacred ceremonies that align you with universal forces. Every action, when performed with intention, becomes a prayer, a declaration to the universe of your commitment to growth and transformation. To begin your journey of sacred practice, choose one simple action that you can perform each day at the same time. Infuse this action with intention by creating a brief ceremony around it. Perhaps you light a candle each morning while stating your intentions, or take 3 conscious breaths before beginning your work. The power lies not in the complexity of the ritual, but in its consistent performance, with full presence and purpose. Let this ritual become your daily anchor, a moment when you consciously align with the universal forces that support your manifestation. Through this practice, you transform ordinary moments into extraordinary opportunities for connection and creation. As you perform these sacred acts day after day, you weave an unbreakable thread between your earthly existence and the divine realms of possibility. Each ritual strengthens this connection, making you increasingly receptive to the whispered guidance of the universe and the abundant blessings that await those who walk in conscious awareness of these timeless truths. Chapter 19. The Vibrational Scale of Transformation. In a small village nestled among ancient hills lived a musician named Arjun. Each morning, he would tune his sitar, beginning with the lowest strings and gradually working his way up the scale. As he adjusted each string to a higher frequency, the vibrations seemed to lift not only the sound, but his entire being. Through this practice, he discovered that his music could transform the energy of all who listened, elevating their spirits to new heights of joy and peace. You too are an instrument of the universe, capable of tuning yourself to increasingly refined frequencies. Just as a musical note resonates at specific vibrations, your thoughts and emotions emit distinct energetic signatures. The universal law dictates that like attracts like. Higher vibrations naturally draw forth experiences of similar elevation. When you exist in states of love, joy, and gratitude, you align with the highest frequencies of creation. These elevated emotions act as powerful magnets, attracting circumstances that match their vibration. Lower frequencies of fear, doubt, and anger create resistance, blocking the flow of abundance that naturally seeks to reach you. In the distant peaks of the Himalayas, a climber named Kai learned that ascending to greater heights required patience and steady progress. He could not leap from base camp to summit in a single bound. Instead, he established camps at progressive elevations, allowing his body to acclimate before moving higher. Each step upward brought him closer to his goal, the air becoming clearer and the view more expansive. Your vibrational journey follows this same principle. You cannot force an immediate leap from fear to enlightenment, but you can steadily raise your frequency through conscious choice and consistent practice. Each moment offers an opportunity to choose a higher thought, a more expansive emotion, a more aligned action. These stories mirror the path before you. Your current vibrational state is the sum of your habitual thoughts and emotions. By consciously choosing to cultivate higher frequencies, you create a new energetic set point that attracts corresponding experiences into your life. Like the musician tuning his instrument or the climber ascending the mountain, your journey to higher vibrations unfolds one step at a time. To begin elevating your vibration, identify 3 emotions that represent higher frequencies you wish to embody, perhaps love, gratitude, or peaceful joy. Throughout your day, consciously generate these feelings through your thoughts, actions, and focus. Watch how your chosen emotions begin to color your perception, transforming ordinary moments into sacred opportunities for growth. Let each interaction, each breath, each passing minute become an opportunity to tune yourself to these higher frequencies, knowing that as you maintain these elevated states, the universe must respond in kind. Like a radio seeking clearer reception, your consistent attention to higher vibrations will naturally attract experiences that match your new energetic signature. This is not mere wishful thinking, but rather the operation of universal law, as within, so without. Chapter 20, The Portal of Infinite Possibility. In a time beyond memory, an inventor named Rohan spent his days in a workshop filled with curious contraptions. While others saw only scattered parts and incomplete designs, Rohan perceived the infinite web of possibility. Each gear, each spring, each fragment of metal held within it the seed of transformation. As he worked, his vision grew clearer, a machine that would harness the very essence of creation itself. You possess this same visionary power. The quantum field of creation lies before you, an infinite canvas awaiting your touch. Like Rohan, you stand at the threshold of unlimited potential, where thought shapes reality and imagination births new worlds. Within this field, all possibilities exist simultaneously. Your focused intention acts as a lens, bringing certain possibilities into sharper focus, while others fade into the background. This is not mere fantasy, but the fundamental nature of reality itself. The universe responds to your vision, rearranging itself to match the blueprint of your imagination. Along the shores of an ancient sea, a young child named Maya spent her days crafting castles in the sand. To others, they were simple structures of grain and water, but in Maya's eyes, they were grand palaces filled with wonder. She added towers and bridges with complete conviction, lost in the pure joy of creation. Though the tide would come to wash away her work, she returned each day, delighting in the endless possibilities that lay in each handful of sand. Your creative power flows most freely when you approach it with this same childlike wonder. The weight of doubt and criticism only serves to constrict the natural flow of manifestation. When you release these limitations and embrace pure possibility, you tap into the same force that brings forth galaxies and gardens, mountains and morning dew. These tales reflect the truth of your own infinite potential, like the inventor who sees beyond the present moment and the child who builds worlds from grains of sand. You hold within you the power to shape reality through focused vision and unwavering belief. When you align with this creative force, your thoughts become seeds planted in fertile soil, each one carrying the blueprint of its own fulfillment. Just as nature does not question the oak tree's emergence from the acorn, you need not doubt the manifestation of your deepest aspirations when they spring from pure intention and steadfast faith. Close your eyes and allow yourself to step fully into your ideal reality. Feel the texture of this new world against your skin. Breathe in its unique fragrance. Listen to the sounds that surround you. Taste the sweetness of accomplishment on your tongue. Let every sense become alive with the vivid detail of your vision. Hold this multi-sensory experience in your awareness for several minutes, knowing that as you do so, you align with the quantum field of infinite possibility. This is not an exercise in imagination, but a calling forth of what already exists in potential form. Part 3. The Path to Transformation. Chapter 21. Becoming the Architect of Your Reality. In the ancient city of Akbar lived a master builder named Ibrahim, whose wisdom flowed from understanding that all creation begins in thought. Each morning, he would unfurl a single blueprint before his apprentices, a vast design that seemed to pulse with life. While others saw mere lines on parchment, Ibrahim beheld the living heart of a city yet unborn. You, like Ibrahim, hold the power to design the architecture of your existence. Every thought you nurture, every intention you set, forms the blueprint of your reality. The universe responds not to scattered wishes, but to clearly defined visions backed by unwavering purpose. When you embrace your role as the architect of your destiny, you step into alignment with the creative force that shapes worlds. Your thoughts become the foundation, your beliefs the supporting pillars, and your actions the stones that build your reality. This is not metaphor, but the literal mechanism through which manifestation occurs. In a distant valley, an artist named Layla spent years preparing to paint her masterpiece. She did not touch brush to canvas until the image was complete within her mind. Each color, each stroke, each shadow existed in perfect clarity in her inner vision. When she finally began to paint, the work flowed effortlessly, for she had already created it in the realm of pure potential. Your life is this canvas awaiting the touch of your conscious intention. Like Layla, you must first see with perfect clarity what you wish to create. The power of manifestation flows most strongly when your vision is unwavering and your purpose aligned with universal truth. These stories mirror the fundamental truth of your creative nature. You are not merely living your life. You are actively creating it with each thought, each decision, each moment of focused intention. When you approach your existence with this level of conscious awareness, you step into your rightful role as the master architect of your destiny. Take a moment now to create your life blueprint. Find a quiet space where you can focus without interruption. On a clean sheet of paper, draw a circle and divide it into the key areas of your life: relationships, purpose, abundance, health, spiritual growth, and any others that resonate with your path. In each section, write your clearest intention for that aspect of your existence. Let these words flow from your highest truth, free from doubt or limitation. This blueprint becomes your sacred document, a declaration to the universe of the reality you choose to create. Chapter 22. Living in the Frequency of Prosperity. In the bustling markets of the ancient East, there lived a merchant named Hassan who understood a truth most sought but few discovered. While others hoarded their wealth behind thick walls, Hassan shared his abundance freely, treating every transaction as an opportunity to spread joy rather than merely accumulate gold. You possess within you this same capacity for unlimited abundance. Like the flow of a mighty river, prosperity moves through your life, according to universal laws that transcend human understanding. When you align with these laws through gratitude and generosity, you open channels through which abundance naturally flows. The universe operates on principles of endless expansion. There exists no limit to what you can receive when you maintain the proper vibrational state. Through gratitude, you acknowledge the abundance already present in your life. Through generosity, you demonstrate trust in the infinite supply. Through unwavering belief, you maintain the frequency that attracts more of what you desire. In the fertile valleys of an ancient land, a farmer named May understood that abundance required daily attention. Each morning, she would tend her fields with loving care, knowing that consistent nurturing would yield the richest harvest. She never worried about scarcity, for she recognized that nature's abundance was limitless when properly cultivated. Your prosperity consciousness requires the same careful tending. Just as May nurtured her fields daily, you must cultivate thoughts of abundance, speak words of prosperity, and take actions that align with wealth consciousness. Every moment presents an opportunity to choose between scarcity and abundance mindsets. These tales reflect the eternal truth about prosperity. It flows most freely to those who understand its nature as an endless cycle of giving and receiving. When you embrace this wisdom, releasing all attachment to lack or limitation, you step into the natural flow of universal abundance. To strengthen your connection with abundance, begin a daily gratitude practice. Each evening, write in your journal 3 specific instances of abundance you experienced that day. Include not only material wealth, but also moments of joy, connection, and spiritual richness. As you acknowledge these blessings, feel the emotion of gratitude deeply in your heart, knowing that this vibration attracts even greater abundance into your life. Let this practice become as natural as breathing, a sacred ritual that opens the floodgates of universal prosperity. With each entry, you reinforce the truth that abundance surrounds you always, waiting only for your recognition and appreciation to multiply. Through this simple yet profound practice, you align yourself with the eternal flow of divine abundance, becoming a living testament to the law of increase. Those who came before you understood this sacred truth. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the infinite storehouse of universal wealth. Chapter 23. The Golden Thread of Pure Intention. In the quiet hours before dawn, there lived a weaver named Amara whose loom held mysteries beyond mortal understanding. As her fingers danced across the threads, she wove not just with silk and wool, but with pure intention, creating patterns that glowed with their own inner light. Each thread she spun carried the essence of her focused purpose, illuminating the darkness with golden radiance. You hold within you this same power of pure intention. Like the weaver's thread, your thoughts and desires carry an energy that shapes the fabric of reality. When your intentions align with your soul's highest purpose, they become golden threads of light, guiding your path through the darkness of uncertainty. The universe responds not to scattered wishes, but to clearly focused intention that resonates with truth. As you align your desires with your higher self, you activate a creative force that transcends ordinary manifestation. This alignment occurs when your goals serve not just your personal growth, but contribute to the greater tapestry of life. Far across distant lands, a traveler named Karim discovered a path that seemed to shimmer with golden light. Though many roads beckoned, he recognized this illuminated trail as the one that called to his soul. With each step along this radiant path, his journey became not just a physical passage, but a manifestation of his truest purpose. Your journey mirrors this ancient wisdom. When you align your intentions with your authentic path, Signs and synchronicities light the way forward. Like the golden trail that guided the traveler, your soul-aligned purposes create a luminous path through life's challenges. These stories reveal an eternal truth. The power of manifestation flows most strongly when your intentions resonate with your higher purpose. By focusing your desires through the lens of soul alignment, you transform ordinary goals into sacred intentions that carry the force of universal creation. Like a crystal focusing scattered light into a brilliant beam, your aligned purpose concentrates the infinite creative energy of the cosmos. When you attune your desires to the whispers of your soul, the universe conspires to illuminate your path with synchronicities and divine guidance. This is the sacred alchemy that transmutes mere wishes into manifest reality, for intentions aligned with purpose carry the seeds of their own fulfillment. Find a quiet space where you can connect with your inner wisdom. On a clean page, write a single intention that reflects your soul's deepest calling. Let the words flow from your heart rather than your mind. Once written, close your eyes and hold this intention in your consciousness, feeling its resonance with your true nature. Make this practice your daily ritual, allowing the power of focused intention to illuminate your path forward. Chapter 24. The Eternal Dance of Manifestation. In a hidden valley where mountain peaks touched the stars, there lived a dancer named Selena, who moved as if gravity held no sway over her form. Each night, she would step into a sacred grove where the celestial lights painted patterns on the ground. As she danced, her movements synchronized perfectly with the cosmic rhythms above, creating a harmony between earth and sky. The stars themselves seemed to pulse in rhythm with her steps, for she had learned the sacred truth that manifestation flows most powerfully when you move in perfect harmony with universal forces. You possess this same capacity to dance with the cosmic currents of creation. When you align your actions with universal flow, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. Like the dancer who neither forces nor hesitates, your power emerges from the delicate balance between focused intention and divine surrender. The universe operates through a constant dance of giving and receiving, of action and allowance. When you learn to match this rhythm, you tap into a power greater than individual effort alone could achieve. This requires developing an intuitive sense of when to move forward with determination and when to step back in trust. Along the distant shores of an ancient sea, a sailor named Marcus discovered this truth through the wisdom of the tides. Though skilled in navigation, he found his greatest success came not from fighting the ocean's power, but from learning to read its patterns and flow with its natural movements. When storms arose, he neither fought against them nor remained passive, but adjusted his sails to harness their force. This wisdom speaks directly to your journey of manifestation. Like the sailor who succeeds by working with nature's forces rather than against them, you create most powerfully when you balance decisive action with mindful surrender. The universe responds not to force, but to the elegant dance of aligned intention and trust. These teachings reveal that manifestation flourishes in the space between effort and surrender. By maintaining clear intention while remaining open to divine guidance, you enter a state of flow where creation becomes effortless. This is not passive waiting, but active receptivity, a dynamic stillness from which all possibilities emerge. Take a moment now to reflect on your journey. Find a quiet space and open your journal. Write about moments when surrender led to unexpected breakthroughs in your life. Notice the patterns that emerged when you released control and trusted in universal timing. Let these reflections guide you toward a deeper understanding of the dance between intention and surrender. Chapter 25. The Silence of Power. In the highest peaks of an ancient mountain range, where few souls dared to venture, lived a hermit named Akira. For years he searched for the source of true power, traveling through bustling cities and distant lands. Yet it was only when he retreated into the profound silence of a mountain cave that he discovered what he sought had been within him all along. You, like Akira, hold within you a wellspring of unlimited potential. This power reveals itself not through constant motion or endless seeking, but in moments of perfect stillness. When the mind grows quiet, like waters settling after a storm, the infinite nature of your being emerges with crystal clarity. In the depths of silence, you access realms beyond physical limitation. Here, in the quantum field of pure potential, your thoughts gain extraordinary power to shape reality. This field responds not to force or strain, but to the clear intention that arises from a still mind. By the shores of Lake Celestia, where mountains cast long shadows across crystal waters, a young girl named Mai discovered this truth. Each evening, she would sit beside a small pond, watching as its surface grew still. When the last ripple faded, the pond transformed into a perfect mirror, reflecting countless stars in its depths. In that moment of absolute stillness, the boundary between sky and water seemed to dissolve, revealing the infinite nature of space itself. This mirror-like pond holds wisdom for your own journey. When your mind achieves similar stillness, it becomes a perfect reflection of universal intelligence. In this state, you perceive truth without distortion and access power without resistance. The quantum field responds to the clarity of your consciousness. Like the pond that must be still to reflect the stars, your mind must find silence to access its greatest power. This stillness is not empty or void. It is alive with potential, waiting for your conscious direction. In this sacred space of mental quietude, the infinite intelligence of the universe flows through you unimpeded. Just as a clear mountain lake shows you both its depths and the sky above, your still mind becomes a perfect conduit for divine wisdom and creative force. When you learn to cultivate this inner silence, you'll discover that the quantum field, the very fabric of reality, bends to match the purity of your focused awareness. Settle now into sacred silence. Find a comfortable position and allow your breath to slow naturally. Let your awareness rest in the space between thoughts, like a leaf floating on still waters. As your mind quiets, feel yourself connecting to the infinite field of possibility that surrounds you. Here, in perfect stillness, you access the source of all creation. Chapter 26. The Divine Blueprint. In a forgotten temple high in the mountains, an explorer named Raja discovered an ancient scroll, its edges worn by time. As he unrolled the delicate parchment, his eyes widened. Before him lay not just a map, but a sacred diagram showing the interconnected paths of destiny. Each line pulsed with hidden meaning, revealing how every soul's journey weaves into the grand tapestry of existence. You too carry within you such a sacred map, an inner compass pointing toward your highest destiny. This divine blueprint exists not in physical form, but in the whispers of your heart and the stirrings of your spirit. When you align with this internal guidance, doors open effortlessly and synchronicities multiply, confirming you walk your true path. The universe has encoded your purpose in the very fabric of your being. Your natural talents, deepest longings, and even life's challenges are not random. They are signposts guiding you toward your authentic expression. Like a river naturally flowing toward the ocean, your soul seeks to fulfill its divine purpose. In a distant valley, a sculptor named Kai spent years studying his craft. One day, as he approached a massive block of marble, he noticed something others had missed. Within the stone's rough exterior lay a perfect form waiting to be revealed. With each careful strike of his chisel, Kai didn't create the sculpture. He simply removed what concealed the masterpiece already present within. Your life's purpose reveals itself in similar fashion. It doesn't require forcing or fabricating something new, but rather unveiling what already exists at your core. The challenges you've faced, the dreams that won't let go, the moments when time seems to stop. These are all glimpses of your inner truth emerging. Your unique gifts and talents are not accidents, but essential threads in the universal design. When you honor these authentic expressions, you align with the natural flow of creation. Like a key fitting perfectly into its lock, your purpose clicks into place when you embrace your true nature. Take a moment now to reflect. Close your eyes and recall the times when you felt most alive, most yourself. Remember instances when work felt like play, when your heart sang with joy, when you lost track of time in flow. Write these moments down, noting any patterns that emerge. What activities light your spirit? What contributions bring you deep satisfaction? What problems do you solve with natural ease? In these reflections, you'll begin to see the outline of your sacred purpose, like a constellation emerging from countless stars. Trust that the universe has planted within you everything needed to fulfill your divine mission. These qualities, talents, and innate gifts are not random occurrences, but carefully woven threads in the tapestry of your destiny. Just as a seed contains the complete blueprint of the mighty tree it will become, your soul carries the perfect design for your life's work. When you honor and nurture these divine seeds within you, they blossom naturally into the fullness of your purpose, drawing to you all the resources and opportunities needed for their perfect expression. Chapter 27, The Forbidden Arts. In the sacred halls of an ancient monastery, a mystic named Adira discovered scrolls containing forgotten manifestation arts. Each night she would sit in meditation, carefully practicing these esoteric techniques until the very air around her seemed to shimmer with possibility. Through patient dedication, she learned to weave reality itself, transforming thought into form with remarkable precision. You possess this same innate ability to shape reality through focused consciousness. The advanced methods of manifestation are not mere techniques, but sacred arts that bridge the gap between spiritual and material realms. Like a master painter selecting the perfect brushstroke, you can learn to craft your reality with exquisite detail. 3 primary methods stand revealed. First, scripting, the art of writing your desired reality in such vivid detail that your consciousness accepts it as truth. Second, quantum jumping, the practice of energetically stepping into parallel realities where your desires already exist. Third, collective intention, harnessing the amplified power of group consciousness to manifest shared visions. These methods require both precision and reverence. Each thought must be carefully crafted, each intention purely aligned. When you script your future, you write not with ink, but with the very substance of creation. When you quantum jump, you traverse the infinite possibilities that exist in parallel dimensions. When you tap into collective intention, you access the unified field of consciousness that connects all beings. In the mystical city of Lumeria, there lived a sorcerer named Thane, who had mastered the art of dream weaving. Each evening, he would enter his meditation chamber and carefully construct detailed visions of what he wished to create. He understood that reality was malleable, responding to the focused power of consciousness like clay in a potter's hands. Through patient practice, Thane learned to hold these visions with such clarity and emotional resonance that they began materializing in the physical world. He discovered that the key lay not in forcing outcomes, but in aligning his entire being, thoughts, emotions, and actions, with his chosen reality until it naturally manifested. These advanced manifestation arts await your mastery. The power to shape reality exists within you, dormant perhaps, but ready to awaken through dedicated practice. Begin with scripting. Take your journal now and write in present tense, describing your ideal reality as if it already exists. Include every sensory detail, what you see, hear, feel, taste, and touch. Let your emotions flow into the words, filling them with the energy of gratitude and joy. Write until you feel the reality of your vision humming in your cells, until the boundary between what is and what could be begins to blur. This is not mere imagination, but the active engagement of your creative force with the quantum field of infinite possibility. Chapter 28. Living in the Quantum Field of Creation. In a hidden valley nestled among ancient mountains, an inventor named Rohan discovered something extraordinary. While studying the patterns of nature, he observed an endless dance of energy flowing through all things. Through careful experimentation, he created a device that tapped into this infinite source, drawing power from the very fabric of existence. You exist in a similar state of infinite potential, continuously creating through your interaction with the quantum field. Every thought, every feeling, every conscious choice sends ripples through the fabric of reality. Like Rohan's discovery, your awareness can tap into this limitless wellspring of creative force. The quantum field responds to your frequency, your consistent vibrational state. When you maintain alignment with higher frequencies of joy, love, and possibility, you naturally attract experiences that match this resonance. You are not merely observing reality, you are actively participating in its creation at every moment. In the peaceful countryside, a gardener named Maya understood this principle through her relationship with her perennial garden. Each day, she tended her plants with loving attention, knowing that creation was not a one-time event but a continuous process. She observed how her garden responded to her consistent care, growing more vibrant and abundant with each passing season. Maya recognized that some plants needed more attention than others, just as certain aspects of your life require focused nurturing. She learned that forcing growth was less effective than creating optimal conditions and allowing natural processes to unfold. Through patient cultivation, her garden became a living testament to the power of sustained creative attention. Your life is this same kind of garden, requiring regular tending in alignment with natural laws. Like Maya, you can create conditions that support the continuous unfolding of your desires. This requires maintaining awareness of your creative power and consciously choosing thoughts and actions that align with your highest vision. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Begin to visualize yourself as you exist in your highest potential. See yourself moving through life with grace and purpose, fully aligned with your divine nature. Feel the vibration of this elevated state in every cell of your body. Maintain this visualization for several minutes, allowing yourself to fully embody this version of you. Practice this daily, preferably at the same time each morning, letting this elevated state inform your choices throughout the day. Chapter 29. Guardians of Forbidden Knowledge. In the shadow of towering mountains, a wise sage named Theron dwelt in a simple dwelling carved into ancient stone. Each morning, seekers would gather at his door, drawn by an inexplicable force to the wisdom he freely shared. Yet Theron understood that knowledge kept solely for oneself dims like a flame without oxygen. You hold within you sacred truths that yearn to illuminate the paths of others. Just as Theron recognized his role as a vessel for timeless wisdom, you too are called to share the light you've kindled within. The universe flows through channels of giving, expanding its reach through those willing to become conduits of higher understanding. When you freely share your insights and experiences, you activate a divine law of multiplication. Each person touched by your wisdom becomes a potential beacon for others, creating an endless chain of awakening that ripples through the fabric of reality. This sharing doesn't diminish your own light. Instead, it strengthens your connection to the infinite source of all knowledge. In a distant village lived a humble candle maker named Arya, who crafted special candles that would never burn out. One evening, as darkness fell across the land, she lit a single candle and began sharing its flame with others. Each person who received the light found they could pass it on without diminishing their own flame. Soon the entire village glowed with warmth, and travelers from afar were drawn to its radiance. Like Arya's eternal flame, the wisdom you share maintains its brilliance while igniting understanding in others. Every person who awakens to their own power through your guidance becomes another point of light in the universal web of consciousness. This is how transformation spreads, not through hoarding knowledge, but through the generous sharing of truth. Your journey of manifestation and spiritual growth has prepared you for this moment of transmission. The challenges you've overcome, the insights you've gained, and the power you've awakened are not meant for you alone. They are gifts entrusted to you by the universe, meant to be shared with those ready to receive them. Take a moment now to reflect on your journey. Write down one profound truth that has transformed your understanding of reality. Consider how you might share this wisdom through your actions and words. Remember that teaching occurs not just through speaking, but through living as an embodiment of the principles you wish to share. Chapter 30. The Infinite Creator's Eternal Journey. In a time beyond memory, there lived a traveler named Kairos who wandered the ancient paths between mountains and valleys. Each morning he would consult his map, searching for the legendary city of golden light that was said to hold the secrets of existence. Year after year he journeyed, gathering wisdom from each encounter, each challenge, and each triumph. One day, as Kairos rested beneath a flowering tree, he noticed how its branches reached ever upward, while its roots delved ever deeper. In that moment, he understood. His search for the mythical city had already given him everything he sought. The journey itself had transformed him into the very treasure he pursued. You stand now at the threshold of infinite possibility, much like Kairos did. The path of conscious creation stretches endlessly before you, offering countless opportunities for growth and expansion. Each manifestation becomes a stepping stone to greater understanding. Each achievement opens the door to new horizons. The universal laws you've discovered are not final destinations, but gateways to deeper mysteries. Like a spiral staircase ascending into light, each turn reveals new perspectives while building upon what came before. Your capacity for creation knows no bounds, expanding eternally as you align more fully with the infinite intelligence of the universe. Along the banks of the eternal river lived a young woman named Maya, who spent her days watching the waters flow toward the distant sea. She noticed how the river never ceased its journey, continuously moving, changing, yet remaining essentially itself. Some days it rushed with powerful currents. Other days it meandered peacefully. But always it moved forward. One morning, Maya saw how the river's waters evaporated into clouds, fell as rain upon distant mountains, and returned again to the flowing river. She realized that what appeared to be an endless journey to the sea was actually a grand cycle of eternal transformation. Like the river, your creative power flows in an endless cycle of expansion. Each manifestation leads to new desires. Each achievement spawns fresh aspirations. Each insight triggers deeper questions. This is the natural order of the universe. Constant growth, eternal becoming. The power you hold to shape reality is not a finite resource, but an ever-renewing wellspring. As you step into each new phase of creation, you carry forward all you have learned while remaining open to the infinite possibilities that await. There is no final destination, no ultimate achievement that marks the end of your journey. There is only the joy of continuous expansion, the thrill of endless discovery. Take your journal now and write about the next horizon that calls to you. What new aspects of your creative power wish to emerge? What unexplored territories of manifestation beckon? Let your words flow freely, knowing that each new goal is not an endpoint but a gateway to even greater possibilities. Conclusion. As you hold this manuscript now, its pages worn smooth by your touch, feel how different it is from when you first discovered it. What began as mysterious symbols pulsing with ethereal light has transformed into living wisdom awakened within your being. The ancient knowledge has found a home in your heart, resonating with truths you somehow always knew but had forgotten. These teachings are not meant to rest silently within these pages. Like a flame passing from torch to torch, this sacred wisdom yearns to illuminate the world through your unique expression. You have become a keeper of timeless truth, a channel through which universal power flows into manifest form. The manuscript you hold carries the whispers of countless sages who walked this path before you. Their footsteps echo in your own as you step forward to share these teachings in your own way. Whether through gentle guidance, inspired action, or silent example, you now carry the responsibility of keeping this wisdom alive and evolving. Remember that each principle revealed here is but a doorway to deeper understanding. The law of attraction, like all universal laws, contains infinite layers of truth waiting to be explored. As you continue to apply these teachings, you will uncover new depths, fresh insights, and expanded possibilities. Your journey of conscious creation has no final destination. Like the endless spiral of creation itself, each breakthrough leads to new horizons. Each manifestation opens doors to greater possibilities. The power you have awakened will continue to grow as you nurture it with attention and practice. Take a moment now to connect with your highest vision for carrying these teachings forward. Close your eyes and place your hand upon your heart. Feel the wisdom that has taken root within you. Let your breath deepen as you set your intention for how this knowledge will flow through you into the world. In your sacred journal, write your commitment to embody these principles and share their light with others. Express how you will keep this wisdom alive through your daily thoughts, words, and actions. This is not a final declaration, but a living intention that will grow and evolve as you do. The manuscript you discovered was never meant to be merely read. It was meant to be lived, to be shared, to be transformed through your unique expression. As you close these pages, know that you are opening a new chapter in the eternal story of consciousness awakening to its own power. Light a candle and sit in peaceful contemplation. Write your sacred commitment to embody and expand upon these teachings. Let your words flow from the depths of your being, expressing how you will carry this wisdom forward into each new day. Keep this written intention where you can see it daily, allowing it to guide your continued journey of conscious creation. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.